This lesson is on like terms. Like terms have the same variable and the same exponent. Terms are separated by plus and minus signs. This algebraic expression is separated into four terms. Your four terms are 6n, 2n squared, negative 4n, and negative 12. A coefficient is the numerical part of a term that contains a variable. So your coefficients are 6, 2, and negative 4. A constant is a term constantly by itself. There is no variable with it. Your constant is negative 12. All of the exponents are understood to be 1 except this one. So when I get ready to simplify this algebraic expression, I do so by combining like terms. Like terms have the same variable and the same exponent. There is only 1 n squared, so there is nothing I can combine that with. I'll bring it down. I have two different terms that are n to the first power. Those are like terms. I can combine those. So I will combine 6n plus negative 4n, or you could say 6n minus 4n. You get positive 2n. And I am left with my constant of negative 12. So simplest form has three terms, 2n squared plus 2n minus 12. On number 2, we have 6 terms, 3y cubed, negative y squared, positive y, positive 3y squared, negative y, and negative 2. When I combine like terms, I only have 1 cube, so I bring it down. I have 2 y squares. Those are like terms. I will combine them. I have a negative 1 plus 3, which gives me positive 2 y squared. I have 2 y's, positive 1y and negative 1y. 1 plus negative 1 or 1 minus 1 is nothing, so those go away. I don't need to write a 0. And I bring down my constant of negative 2. Also notice that my answers go in order from highest degree or highest exponent down to lowest, and you end with your constant. From here forward, if you want to pause the video and you try, please feel free to do so. But I'm going to go ahead and work it out. I have 4 terms. My like terms are my cubes, n cubed, positive 3n cubed. 1 plus 3 is 4n cubed. I only have 1 n, it's a negative 1 n. Ones are understood, I don't have to write them. And I have 1 constant, positive 4. Let's look at a couple more. Here is number 4. Number 4 contains 4 terms. Again, feel free to pause the video if you'd like to work it out and then check your work. My like terms are my n's. 2n plus 4n gives me 6n. And my other like terms are my 2 constants. 4 and negative 2 gives me positive 2. So your final answer, when you simplify the algebraic expression, has 2 terms, 6n plus 2. Here is an algebraic expression with 5 terms. And I have made the expression actually into an equation where I have an algebraic expression on the left side of the equal sign and a numerical expression on the right side. Some people like to separate their equations with a line like that. Look at each side individually, because the first step in solving an equation, and let me put that up for you. The first step in solving an equation is to simplify, which is do all the distributive property and then combine all the like terms. Then we get the variable on one side, which will be another lesson. Then we get the variable by itself. So step 1 is always simplify the expressions on each side. On the left side, I have like terms, n squared and negative n squared. Those cancel each other out. I have positive 1n plus positive 1n, which gives me positive 2n. And I'm left with a constant of positive 3. On the right side, 9 plus 2 is 11. I have combined those like terms. Now each side is in simplest form. This is in simplest form on the left. This is in simplest form on the right. So I move on to step 2, variable on one side. It already is. And step 3, variable by itself. To get the variable by itself, we use inverse operations going up the GEMDAS. First thing I do is get rid of plus 3 by subtracting 3. That makes that go away. To balance the equation, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. That leaves me with 2n on the left and positive 8 on the right. I have one more thing in the way of the variable being by itself, and that is this times 2. To get rid of times 2, you use the inverse, which is divide by 2, and I am left with n equals 4. Let's do one more. Number 6, I have 4 terms on the left side of the equation and 1 term on the right side. I'm going to simplify the left side by combining 2n and negative 3n gives me negative 1n, which is most simply written negative n. My constants are negative 4 plus positive 6, which gives me positive 2. And the right side is already in simplest form. Now I am 2 steps away from solving this equation. To get rid of plus 2, we minus 2 to both sides. That leaves me with negative n equals 12. There's understood to be a negative 1 here, so the n has one more thing to get rid of. Times negative 1, you divide both sides by negative 1, and your answer is n equals negative 12. And that is our lesson on combining like terms.